Alright guys, welcome back. So this is going to be a pretty quick one for NVDA today on Thursday 27th of June. It closed at 124. Stock is slightly down but pretty much choppy after pulling back and retracing a little bit. Stock has been moving like last 3 days give or take sideways. What I'm watching from here. So first of all, let's have a look at the option activity before we take a look at the chart of this name. Very interesting thing is it is still one of the highly traded top one. I don't know for how many consecutive days now. Probably this year, 90% of the time, Nvidia was the top highly option traded volume stock. 3.7 total volume came in. 39%, 40% put volume, 60% call volume. Yes, there's slightly more calls being traded, and I went ahead and just went through the order flow. What was the theme today? 2.2 million call total, 1.5 million puts volume. And if you just take a look at the delta, what people were trading for the most part are very, very low delta calls that are from 0 to 40. And usually, there are a few things, right? So if people are coming in buying in the money calls, I mean, that means they're very, very bullish. But in Nvidia's case, both puts and calls very outside of the money, and it doesn't mean that it cannot move that much. We'll take a look at the particular orders that right here, but it could also be people are buying something closer to the money, something like 40 to 60 delta calls, and then selling a little bit further out that are from, let's say, 20 to like 40 to like 0 delta. And if you take a look at, one thing that I like about Thinkorswim aftermarket being closed, you can filter out the orders that came in for the day, and you will see that there are a lot of the calls that were traded today are spreads, and this is the theme with large caps for the most part. It could be debit spread, it could be credit spread. Cannot tell about that part unless you have that particular software that would be filtering out exactly what is being done. But in my opinion, I just went ahead, took a look at the just as an example, July 19th option chain, and I was seeing a lot of volume on 140 calls, which has delta of 0.2, so 20. So probability of that strike price going in the money 16%. It doesn't mean that it cannot go in the money, but that volume traded today, I mean, that strike price with 15,000, where it has 65,000 open interest, and then you can see 130 call has 14,000 call volume today as well, and 92,000 open interest. That could be somebody just getting in, coming in here, buying the 130 and then selling the 140. That could be very well possible because probability of Nvidia going to 130 is a lot higher versus 140, right? Or probability of 130 strike price being in the money come July 19th is a lot higher versus 140. If we take a look at the chart right here, right now, from its top, yes, we did have like 16% retracement. And right here, right now, if you take a look at the price action, stock is sitting right above its 5-day moving average and 20-day moving average. These are like ultra short-term momentum moving averages that I use when it comes to like day trading. Again, this is not a financial advice for you to utilize what I do here, but for me, momentum right here, right now, of course, on a 5-day moving average, you can see it is downtrending, right? But 20-day moving average still in an uptrend. Unless we lose that 20-day moving average and 20 starts curling, I'm going to be neutral right here, even though I don't think that the stock will flush down or just fly up. It's very, very possible. Nobody absolutely knows anything what it can do, but you have to be trading like if it does happen, I'll do that. If this happens, I'll do that. I mean, you should always have plan A, plan B when it comes to trading. At least a few strategies when it comes to, like, if you're focused on a few names, particularly in NVIDIA's case. I'm going to be watching this low where on Monday it put at 118. Unless this level cracks, I'm not going to be watching it to the downside. If it slips below, yes, it can definitely come down to the 50-day moving average. Sorry about this downtown craze, but to the upside, well, we can see if this gets back above, let's say, yesterday's high. Yeah, why not? It can definitely push again higher because everybody is concentrated in this name, and well, tech names, especially XLK, 7 names. Amazon is picking up recently, has been picking up too, going into Prime Day. Google pushing higher as well. And if you take a look at the Meta platforms, it is hinting that it might. Netflix, if you take a look at it, it is hinting that it might break out and run as well. And if you take a look at, well, Apple may be taking a little bit of a break after pushing pretty crazy. But these are the, like, large movers so far. Like, look at the Eli Lilly, which is, well, probably it will be a $1 trillion stock very, very soon too, because right here, right now, it's very close at 820. If it gets to, let's say, 1K, well, these large caps are pushing the market, tech names. So that's what I'm watching for NVIDIA right here, right now. I'm neutral to maybe slightly bearish if we see new lows from recent lows. But right here, right now, it can go either way, but it can also consolidate for quite some time and do nothing and just chop and kill a lot of premium, just like it has done after topping out right here in March. So we can see something like this. Why not? So you gotta be very careful if you're trading ultra short-term options, especially if you're buying them and if you're buying outside of the money calls or outside of the money puts. So that's the video for NVIDIA. See you next one.